Hey you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mink, and of course this is Mink's Kinks. And y'all, I'm so excited for today's video because we're back talking books. It has been quite a while since I came on here to talk about books. I know that well, first and foremost, the book videos don't always get the interaction that I want them to get, but I try to remember that I started as a natural hair channel and then just started drifting off to other things. So I'm still trying to build my crowd with the book girls and guys. And you guys, I asked questions on my Instagram, which if you're not following me on Instagram, you absolutely should be. I'll post a pop-up. One of y'all said that y'all really did miss the book content and the book recommendations that I give, and Chad, all it takes is one. So I decided to come on here, and for today's video we're talking my end of summer, beginning of fall TBR list. So y'all know I'm an overachiever, so I have 55,000 books here. Okay, of course I'm probably not gonna get through all of these books, but these are books that I really am excited to get into as the weather starts to change. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, you should go follow me on TikTok. I do a lot of book reviews and bookish things over on TikTok. So if you don't follow me over there, I did a similar video over there, so I decided to just come over here and talk about these books on YouTube. So let's not take too long. If you're new around here, hey, my name is Mink. I do natural hair, lifestyle, book, and beauty content. So if you're interested in any of those things, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join our Kinky Crew fam, and definitely comment it down below so that I can personally welcome you. As well as, if you're watching this video, tell me what book you're reading, as well as what genre you are. Who's your favorite author? Tell me some bookish things down below, because y'all know if nothing else, I'm gonna read a book. So I know that y'all saw that stack and was like, Mink, Tamia, how are you gonna finish all of those books? And baby, I'm not. Baby, I'm not. So in the past 6 months I have read 12 books. I'm sorry if y'all hear my blinds, it's a little windy out. In the past 6 months I've read 12 books, so I have a stack of books here that I just want to choose from that give me real fall-y vibes. So yeah, let's go ahead and start, because y'all know I'm talking too much. So the first book I have here is called Vanessa Jarrett's Got a Man, and it's by Laquette. Is it Laquette? I think that's how you say it. Okay, that's what we're going with today. So I'm really excited to read this book. This is actually going to be the next book that I read. This is about this lady here. She's a post 40 divorcee. She's recently divorced, and then this guy over here, he is the sexy sheriff of the town, and his little sister is trying to get married to her ex-husband, and basically they're trying to figure out how to stop that from happening. So, and they end up becoming a thing. I heard this book's a little spicy. I'm in my spicy book era, and I am so excited. I'm still new to spicy books, so I'm excited to get my feet wet in this book. It's not a long book at all. It is only 256 pages, so I'll be finished with this one fairly quickly, but I'm very excited for Vanessa Jarrett's Got a Man. Okay, y'all, so the next book that I have here is called His Only Wife, Chad. And get into the cover art of this book. It is by Peace Medi, I think is how you say the last name. I am so excited to read this book. When I tell y'all, I have been waiting to read this, I swear, all summer. This is about sort of like an arranged marriage type situation. This book is based in Ghana, and it deals with traditional men and I don't want to say new age women, but like more sustainable women. Like, I'm just very excited to read this book. I've heard nothing but good things. Again, this book is pretty short. I want to say this is a debut model. Yeah, this is 287 pages, so it's medium length. It's not nothing crazy. So this is another book that I'm super excited to read, and just see what I could take from this book, because I'm very excited. And like I said, heard nothing but good things, so I already know I'll probably like it. Okay, y'all, so the next book that I want to read soon is called On Rotation, and it is by Charlene, last name I can't pronounce. Now, let me tell y'all, I am so excited to read this book, though I've heard from TikTok very mixed reviews. And I hate that for me, but I want to say this book is about a Nigerian, Ghanaian, is that how you say it? Ghanaian American student. She's a medical student, but life is just really hitting her hard. She's mid-20s. She has, you know, to deal with her best friend, I think, is in like a serious committed relationship, whereas she's dating this guy and they end up breaking it off. She fails like a very important like med school test, and things are just sort of spiraling down. She meets this guy, and I think it's kind of just the progress throughout this like time in her life, which I'm really excited about. I feel like that's one of the things that I haven't really found a lot in books, is that just like awkward mid-20s something type of situation, because that's right where I'm at. So I'm very excited to see what this book is about, how she navigates through, because child, it be trying. So I'm really excited to see how this goes. But like I said, I've heard very mixed reviews about this book, so I'm a little nervous. I did pick this one out from Book Outlet. Yeah, I picked this up from Book Outlet, which I did do a haul, I believe. So this was this is 342 pages and it's hardback. So I always suggest you check out Book Outlet because they always have a good deal on books. All right, y'all, another one that I want to read sooner rather than later is called Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. I'm stupidly excited to read this book. This is like a young adult book. Joya Goffney is a very young writer. I want to say she's still in college, and this is her first book. I also have her second book, which I plan to read towards Valentine's Day. But I'm really excited to read this. So these two kids, they're in high school, I want to say, and it's some sort of like blackmailing situation. I want to say maybe a diary or something. Talks about a boy that she likes. This guy ends up helping her find it. She ends up falling for the guy, but it's just like the navigation through getting from point A to point B, child. Okay, and I heard that this book is just very, very sweet, very, very cute. And I love a good YA book, but for me, I'm definitely a little bit more particular about YA books. Young adult books to me, I'm 24. I'll be 25 in February, so I'm a little far removed from high school at this point. So for me, a YA book has to be really, really good for me to enjoy it. But from what I hear, it is a fantastic book, and I definitely want to support the author because she is so young to have two very, very famous books. This is 352 pages, so, and you can pick this one up everywhere. I've seen this everywhere, so very excited to read this. This one gives me like a back to school vibe, so I definitely can't wait to read this. All right, y'all, so this next book that I have here is called One Summer in Savannah by Tara Shelton Harris. And I mean, can we talk about how beautiful the cover is? Like, get into it. I just recently picked this one up from Target not too long ago, as y'all see by the 30% off sticker. And I swear every time I go to Target, I end up in debt on book aisle. But I'm really excited to read this one. This is definitely more winter cozy vibes to me. So this does tackle assault. There's a child. She goes back, the main character goes back to her hometown because her father is sick. And she sort of has to deal with all of the emotions and you know, things that she left behind after that assault. I want to say her daughter's like 8. Yeah, it says 8 years ago. So she has to deal with that, dealing with the family of her attacker, where the daughter's concerned. I just feel like this book is going to be emotionally a little taxing, but I think that this book is going to tackle grief. I want to say there might be a hint of a love story, but not, this isn't a romance book by any means. So I'm excited to read this one. This one is, she's thick. So I'm not sure, let me see how many pages this is. 450 pages. So this is definitely going to, you know, take a little time to read, but I am really excited. I've really been liking books that deal with grief because grief looks so differently for each person. I just read You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, and child, that book was messy. If you want a messy book, go read that. So I'm excited to see where this book goes, especially with the topic of there being a child from that assault and how the main character deals with those emotions, as well as sort of how she's navigating being back in this small town with her attacker's family. Okay, y'all, so another book that I have here is called Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson, and I know y'all have seen this book all over the interwebs. I think that this book is going to be crazy. I'm not 100% sure that I'll be able to get to this one by the end of summer. This for me screams more summertime to me. I want to say it's based in the Caribbean. No, it's based in California, but the mother is from the Caribbean. So I know that this book tackles a family. So the mother has family secrets. The mother, I want to say, passed away. I'm pretty sure the mom passed away, and there's a mystery child. Like, I don't know what's going on with this book, but it's basically the kids picking up the pieces and trying to figure out what exactly it is that the mom was hiding. And this book to me just sounds absolutely crazy. I can't get over how beautiful the cover is. At first I thought it was just like the squiggly lines, but y'all, there's a face in there, and I'm so excited to read this. I heard nothing but good things. It seems like an amazing book. This is a debut novel. As you guys see here, most of the authors that I read are black or of color. Y'all know that's a hard line for me. So I'm really excited to read this one. This is another pretty thick one. This is 382 pages, so you definitely got to buckle up if you're gonna read this one. But I think that this is going to be a phenomenal book, and I can't wait to tell you guys my thoughts on it. Okay, y'all, so those were the books that I had for like end of summer. There's like 6 books, child. When I'm filming this, it's the end of August, so I doubt seriously that I'm gonna get to all of those books, but I also have a pretty healthy stack of fall books that I want to tackle as well. So the first one that I want to start with is none other than Honey and Spice. Honey and Spice, yeah, this is by Bolu Babalola. I'm very excited to read this. This is a TikTok made me buy book. I've heard this book one too many times for me to not read it. I feel like I'm the only one on the face of the earth who hasn't read it. This is another young adult read, but not that young. You know what? Just not that young. This one takes place in college. There's a radio show. I want to say there's like a fake dating trope in this as well. I want to say there's a fake dating trope in this. I'm almost positive there's a fake dating trope that turns into like something serious. I'm really excited to read this book. I love the cover art. I'm gonna give y'all a close-up. Like, get into the cover art. It's absolutely stunning. And like I said, I just heard one too many things about this book for me not to have read it. It's 350 pages. So I'm excited to read this, and just look at the cover. It just gives me fall, it gives me pumpkin spice, it gives me just like the vibes. I'm so excited to read this book, y'all. So another book that I have here that, listen, I have been itching to buy. I bought this book literally like last summer. This is called Someday Maybe by Onyi, last name I can't pronounce, honey. I will also try to have all of the books linked down below as well, so that y'all can check them out if you want to. Someday Maybe sounds absolutely crazy, and I know that my mom also has this book, so we might buddy read this one. This book is about a woman who is in what seems to be a happy marriage, for her at least, and that perspective changes almost immediately. Her husband unalives himself. You know, we can only say certain words. You know, he unalives himself, and she's stuck picking up the pieces, basically trying to figure out what went wrong, what happened, and just sort of dealing with her own grief. Like I said, grief has been something that I'm interested in reading in lately. So I'm really excited to read this book. Again, I think that this is going to be an emotionally heavy book, but I think that it is going to be a really good book. You know what I'm saying? I did pick this one up from Target as well. I love that Target has been having very diverse authors as well. This is 340 pages, so it's not crazy long, but it's just long enough where I feel like I'm really going to get what I need from this book. Next, y'all, is a book that I am way too excited to read about, and of course y'all can tell by the cover, it's giving spooky season, and I'm just so excited. This is Almost There by Farah Rogan. Listen y'all, I'm so excited. So this is basically Princess and the Frog in reverse. So the book follows the same sort of guidelines as Princess and the Frog, except what if she did do the deal with the Shadow Man? It's a book of what ifs. So the way we know the Princess and the Frog is the complete opposite. The choices that she made, what if she would have made the opposite choice? You know what I mean? I'm so excited to read this. I can't wait to curl up on my couch. I absolutely love the Princess and the Frog, of course, for obvious reasons. Tiana is my favorite princess, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited. This is a pretty thick book, as you guys can see, but again, I have been holding off on this book until we got to fall spooky season so that I could lay up on the couch and read this with my cup of tea, cup of coffee, cup of whatever. because this book I already know is going to be good. I have read another book, a romance book by Farrah Rokon, so I like the author as well, so I'm excited to get into this. And I think that this would be good if you guys have any kids. I think that this will be a child-friendly book as well. All right, y'all, next is another book that I picked up on the ground. This one I picked up from Walmart. This is called The Banned Bookshop of Maggie Banks by Shauna Robinson. So this one, honestly, I don't know a whole lot about this book. I really don't, y'all. I saw this one too many times at Walmart. I'm a sucker for a brown girl on a cover. I'm gonna pick it up. But from what I do remember is that this book is about a girl who goes back to her hometown to run her family's bookstore, but there's some shady business going on, and she's trying to figure out what that shady business is about and how to Uno reverse it. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I don't know a whole lot about this book, but I am really excited. I love a little bookstore trope. You know, I love bookish things. And this is 326 pages, so it's not crazy long, but it's long enough. Next, y'all, I have another book that was just way too hyped up for me to not have read it. This is called Before I Let Go by none other than the infamous Kennedy Ryan. This is my only Kennedy Ryan book that I have in my stash right now. This is a second chance romance, and I know that this book tears the girls and guys up. Okay, everybody talks about how amazing this book is. It's like she breaks you down and builds you right back up, and I'm just so excited. It is a roller coaster love story, but the way it ends, from what I hear, is a love story like we all want it. So I'm very excited to read this book. Kennedy Ryan has a lot of books. I want to say she has like maybe 5-6 books, but this, I want to say, is the most, I want to say this is the most like famous of her books, and I want to say they're making like a TV show or movie or something out of this one. So of course I had to read it before it comes out, because y'all know I gotta read the book before I watch the movie or show or whatever, because I gotta compare notes. So I'm really excited to read this book. This is the ultimate fall cover. I'm gonna give y'all a close up on this one because this cover is stunning. Look at how beautiful this cover is, y'all. This is another long one. This is 385 pages. I'm just so excited to read this. I'm so excited to read this. This will probably be the first book I pull out. Like when the leaves start changing colors, it's coming out. All right, y'all, only a handful more books to go. This one is called Dead Dead Girls by Nikisha Afai. I'm not sure if I said that right or not, but this is a trilogy, I want to say, of books. So this is books based in the Harlem Renaissance. I love to see it. And it is a mystery book, which y'all know mystery isn't my genre. It's not my genre. Y'all know I'm a romance girl through and through. So I'm kind of getting my feet wet in something new, but this sounds delicious. I love that it's a series. Y'all know I love a series. And this is about it's based in Harlem Renaissance, and basically black women are going missing. Somehow this lady on the cover gets roped in to finding a killer, and there's like an ultimatum type situation. She's at risk. Like, I'm not 100% sure the backstory of this book, but it just sounded too good. And like I said, there's a series, so any series of black girls, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. And this is a pretty short book. It's only 317 pages, so I'm excited to read this. Like I said, love that it's set in the Harlem Renaissance era. As y'all can see by the cover, it is just giving black girl luxury, black girl glam. So I'm excited to read it. Next, y'all, I'm very excited about this one as well. I have been holding on to this book. My friend from college, she recommended this book to me years and years and years ago. This is Homegoing by Ya Agassi. This is another author who has a ton of books that I just want to read so bad, but I had this one and never read it, so I have to. So this is about, I want to say, two sisters who go back to Africa and sort of are exploring their roots. I don't know. It was recommended one too many times. I am just pressed to read this author. I'm super excited. So of course Homegoing had to be on my list. Okay, you guys, so second to last book is Gabrielle Union's We're Gonna Need More Wine. I love a celebrity tea book. I know a lot of y'all are like, Tamia girl, you are a fiction girl, and then you turn around and you have celebrity autobiographies and celebrity books, and child, I love celebrity mess. I just do. And Gabrielle Union to me seems like a mean girl, but everybody who reads this book says that she comes off more as like a friend, and I want to like her so bad because she's one of my faves. So I'm excited to read this. I want to say this is like a series of essays that just follows throughout her life and things that she has been through. So I'm really excited to read this. This isn't a long book at all. I picked this up from Target, 250 pages. I'm excited to read this, and you know for sure I'm gonna have me a glass of wine with it. All right, y'all, and then the last book that I have here, look at that cover, so creepy. This book is called Sweet Lee by Jackson Pierce, and this is another like mystery thriller type book. This has been in my stash in my book collection for years. Years. Like, I can't tell y'all when I bought this type years. And this is about a girl who goes missing, and basically the family and friends who are trying to help find her. But again, I just decided to pull this one out because it's been sitting on my shelf for years. It is a mystery thriller book, so I only have one other book like this on my TBR for the fall. So I figure I could throw this one in here and just see if I like it, and if not, get it off my shelf, child. So yeah, y'all, I have so many books that I want to read and get to. Lord knows I probably won't be getting to all of these books, but I am so excited to share them with you guys. So of course, if you follow me on TikTok, you will see all types of book reviews. I always do reviews over there. And if you're not on TikTok, you can absolutely stay tuned on YouTube, because during my vlogs I do include little like short reviews of books, or if you guys have other things that you want to see on YouTube that is bookish content, please go ahead and comment it down below. And if you did make it all the way to the end of this book video, put a shopping cart emoji. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, please leave a comment down below of what you're reading, your favorite author, things you're looking forward to in fall, all of those things. And just know that I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye.